Hello guys, welcome to Deck Profile. In this deck profile we're gonna be talking about a Dark Synchro version that I have come up with. This here deck profile I would show it to my friend to actually give me some input on it, but I thought why not give it to him as a video to for him to put on the channel, so we can get even more input from you guys. So let's start. First of all, we play one quick draw synchron. Quick draw synchron essentially is your uh, hand fixer for this deck. It is essentially a searchable dark grapher since it can discard any monster from your hand, predominantly Destiny Hero Malicious, and you're able to fix your hand like that and go for plays like Crystal Needlefiber and summon the Mecha Phantom Beastone Lion and so on. Then we play two Junk Synchron. Junk Synchron in this deck is essentially a combo extender. If you have the double summon in your hand, you are able to go for even more plays. Also, Junk Synchron himself, if you have a quick draw and another little tuner in your hand like Jet Synchron, you are able to go for almost the exact same plays with actually almost no problems at all. Then continuing on, we have Jet Synchron. Jet Synchron is essentially a glow bulb which also fixes hands, because if you have, let's say, again a Malicious in the hand and you have a way to send the Jet Synchron to the graveyard, you're able to send the Malicious to the graveyard, and so you can continue your combos from then again. Then we play Doppel Warrior. Doppel Warrior is an amazing monster. It is a warrior monster that is able to special summon itself when a monster is special summoned from the graveyard, even Malicious, and if he is used for a Synchro summon, you are able to get 2 tokens out of him, which you can use for either link summoning or for more Synchro summons. Then we have Claw Bob. Claw Bob is an amazing tuner. It's one of the best tuners that we have ever had in this game, and I think we'll ever will. Also, it has an amazing combo with Link Oribo, but we will get to it when we go to the extra deck. Then we have Armageddon Knight, amazing monster. Normal summon it, special summon it. You can send the Malicious, you can send the Doppel. It really sets up your plays, and you are able to go for even more stuff. Then we go for Mecha Phantom Beastone Lion. The Mecha Phantom Beastone Lion essentially is here for the combo with Needlefiber, since if we link summon Needlefiber with the Mecha Phantom Beastone Lion, we're able to go for Summon Sorceress and get a token, and then through Summon Sorceress we can summon Jet Synchron. Then we play Attack Gainer. Attack Gainer is here fully sold. Isolde is able to send any kind of equipped card that you have in your deck to the graveyard and summon a warrior monster with the same level. So Attack Gainer is really good since you can send just one Phoenix Blade to the graveyard and summon the Attack Gainer back. Phoenix Blade for the Attack Gainer, 1 for 1, 3 Allure of Darkness. We play here 11 dark monsters. Almost half your monsters essentially are dark. They are all searchable, so I think that we will not have any problems for targets with Allure of Darkness. Then we play Upstart, making your deck essentially a 39 card deck. Reinforcement of the army, such as the Armageddon, such as the Junk Synchron, such as the Doppel, an amazing searcher. Tuning senses for any kind of Synchron monster you want from the deck, such as for Jet Synchron, such as for Quick Draw, such as for Junk Synchron. You essentially are able to play with this here card 4 essentially Quick Draws, 5 Junk Synchrons, and 6 Jet Synchrons essentially. Then we play the Double Summon. Double Summon, as I said before, is a really good card, since if you have the Armageddon Knight with a Jet Synchron, with a Junk Synchron in hand, you're able to go for even more plays. Foolish Burial sends any monster you want from your deck to the graveyard and continue plays again. Monster Reborn summons back from the graveyard any kind of boss monster you need or you have used during this duel. You're even able to get your opponent's boss monsters if you so wish to. Living Fossil, essentially searchable through Power Tool Dragon's effect. Power Tool Dragon, when you have it on the field, once per turn you can reveal 3 equips. Search, then your opponent randomly adds one of these 3 equips from to your hand essentially. So you have about 66% chance, if you have not drawn any kind of living fossil, to get in the hand. The same with different dimension reincarnation. 2 Call by the Grave. We hate hand traps in this deck. We truly hate them. Also, it is a really cool way to make some disruption plays. Let's say if your opponent plays as malicious as well, because you can banish the malicious and then negate everything they want to try to make. Ghost Ogre. Now you might say, why do you play Ghost Ogre? Why don't you play Ghost Ash? Well, we do not play Ghost Ash in this deck because we do not really care of what our opponent is going to search. We care what the opponent has on the field, essentially. This deck is really susceptible to losing its field if really cannot do anything if it loses its field. So with Ghost Ogre, essentially, if your opponent summons any kind of problematic monster or has a problematic spell or trap card that locks you down, you're able to use your Ghost Ogre in response, get rid of that problematic spell, trap, or monster. Also, in the worst case scenario, let's say if your opponent is able to kaiju you and then try to make some plays, you can respond with Ghost Ogre, and in the best case scenario, keep the kaiju for your turn to use it for link plays or synchro plays. Then Linkuriboh. Linkuriboh, as I said, there is a combo with Claw Bulb. You essentially normal summon the Claw Bulb, you go for the Linkuriboh, then Claw Bulb is able to special summon itself back from the graveyard, go for Needlefiber. Needlefiber is able to special summon the Mecha Phantom Lion from your deck. Then you are able to use Mecha Phantom Lion with Needlefiber for a link summon for Summon Sorceress. You will be able to get the effect from Mecha Phantom Lion since it was sent to the graveyard while it was face up on the field, and get a machine level 3 wind type token. Summon Sorcerers will be able to target that machine token and special summon for yourself one Jet Synchron from your deck and continue your plays from there. Also with Malicious, if you have the Malicious in the graveyard, you're able to go for Power Tool Dragon, and then from there you are able to go for a Savage or a Crystal Wings Trigger Dragon. Then we play Isolde. Isolde is essentially the same thing as I said before. You're able to go for Summon Sorceress, or you're able to go for Needlefiber and get even more advantage that way. Most of the times you're going to summon Isolde just so you'll be able to get the attack gainer from the deck and go for Needlefiber, but if you have the Doppel in your hand, you can go for a totally different play. Then we have Summon Sorceress. Summon Sorceress is essentially one of the best playmakers in your deck. It fixes the deck so hard. If this card really becomes banned here in the TCG as well, then unfortunately this deck, I don't think it will be able to work as well as it does without her. Teen Musical Battle Mech essentially is the card that you'll be able to go for with Isolde if you choose not to use attack gainer and Isolde together to go for the Needlefiber. You're able to go then with the Doppel and the attack gainer for this one. You're able to bring back the attack gainer, go for Summon Sorcerers with attack gainer and Isolde, and use your tokens that you get to summon another warrior monster from the deck. Let's say you can special summon an Armageddon Knight, you can even special summon a Jack Synchron if you want to. Then we play Accel Synchron. Accel Synchron is a monster that's able to send any kind of Synchron monster you want from your deck to the graveyard and essentially increase or decrease its level equal to the level of the Synchron monster you send. So if you send Quick Draw Synchron, you're able to make it level 1 if you want to decrease. If you send Junk Synchron, you're able to make it level 2. If you send Jet Synchron, you will be able to make it level 4. You will most likely make it level 2 or level 4 because with Stardust Charge Warrior, then you can go for a Crystal Wing or a Stardust Warrior. Then we go for Stardust Charge Warrior. Stardust Charge Warrior, when you Synchro Summon, you draw one card, and if you do the play that I told you before, you can go for Stardust Warrior, or if you want to upgrade him for a Power Tool, then you get essentially a Pseudo +2 with these little two cards here. Black Rose Moonlight, essentially like Castell, gets rid of any kind of monster that says, I cannot be destroyed by battle, I cannot be destroyed by card effect. Just amazing. Savage Dragon, pretty self-explanatory. He is essentially a walking solemn for everything. It negates one card on the field. Amazing. Well, you will not unfortunately be able to get it with 3 counters most of the times, but it doesn't really matter because in the scheme of things, you most of the times anyway you would be able to use Border Load Savage Dragon up to 2 times. Also, his effect is only once per turn, so it's not like you can spam Border Load Savage to Border Load Savage effect. So it doesn't really matter if you only get 2 Boral counters, and also your best your best target for this deck essentially is the summon sources, but most likely you'll go for Isolde, since Isolde gives him a pretty decent power boost and 2 counters as well. Then we go for Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. It's essentially a sin not to play this card in any kind of Synchro deck. Then we play Crystal Quandrax. Crystal Quandrax is an amazing card. It's essentially a Trishula, which is on steroids, because this card says the following: if this card is synchro summoned, you can target monster your opponent controls and or in their graveyards up to the number of synchro materials used for the synchro summon, banish them. So just amazing. It destroys your opponent's graveyard, it destroys your opponent's field, and also it has a little bit of a treat in the end. If it's destroyed by battle or by card effect, if this card is synchro summoned, you can special summon one of the banished monsters. In general, even if it's yours, even if it's your opponent's, you can just get that monster and summon it to your field. It's yours now. And be careful for that, because it needs 2 or more tuners and only 1 non-tuner monster. So be careful when you want to summon this. Also, you cannot summon this with Quick Draw. Quick Draw states that this card can only be used for monsters that need a synchron tuner to be special summoned out. So please don't forget that. You cannot use it with Quick Draw. Then we have Crystal Phoenix. Crystal Phoenix essentially is the destroyer of True Dracos and Altergeist. When this card is synchro summoned, you can just banish all spell and trap cards your opponent controls. Amazing. Just amazing. It doesn't trigger any of the Altergeist. It doesn't trigger any of the True Draco cards. Just mwah, amazing. Just so good. It's just so good if you're able to get it off. Also, if it's destroyed, you can target any kind of monster in your graveyard and just special summon it out. Amazing. So if you have Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon in the graveyard, just summon the Crystal Wing back. So they will have to be extremely careful if they want to destroy the Phoenix. Then Stardust Warrior. Stardust Warrior negates any kind of special summon of a monster, and if it's destroyed, you are able to special summon any kind of warrior in its name, Synchro monster, from your extra deck. So you can special summon Stardust Warrior and draw a card that way. Then we go to the side deck. The side deck essentially is not that much of a side deck, it's more of what kind of engine you can play with this deck if you want to. We have here the Bamboo Sword engine. Broken Bamboo Sword, Golden Bamboo Sword, and Cursed Bamboo Sword. We also have the Shooting Riser Dragon. Now with Shooting Riser Dragon, if you find other tuners that you might find a little bit better when you build this deck, you can play Shooting Riser Dragon in the place of Team Musical Battle Mech. But I just find that Team Musical Battle Mech with the combo that I just explained with the sword just makes you go to a next step beyond. But if you have the cards, found the cards for Shooting Riser Dragon, you should play Shooting Riser Dragon, no question. Junk Synchron, just if you want to play 3 of, I'll put it here. It is not bad if you want to have a third copy, but I think 2 is more than enough. And Judifighter. Now, what's interesting now with Judifighter, you can actually special summon it with Isolde, and if you send a Cursed Bamboo Sword and a Phoenix Plague to the graveyard, you're able to get essentially a +2 from this, because the Cursed Bamboo Sword adds any kind of Bamboo Sword card from your deck, even itself. Oh, no, sorry, it doesn't add itself, my bad. But it can add any kind of other Bamboo Sword card from your deck. Just really good. And also it has a little cute effect, attack effect essentially, that is able to change one face-up attack position monster your opponent controls to face-up defense position. Also, remember, this effect does not target. Just so good. Your opponent never expects this. You're like, what? It targets? What? And they did not expect that this card doesn't target, but it doesn't. Amazing. So, I hope you like this deck profile. If you want more, please subscribe to my friend's channel and give it a like. My friend is a really good and passionate Yu-Gi-Oh player, and I hope that me and him will be able to bring you even more amazing Yu-Gi-Oh videos. I stole this from Seymour. Have a nice day. Ciao.